Hello everyone, it's Matej with Silence and Other Sounds, and today I'm going to share with you a track I've been working on in the past few days. We're going to dive right through it, but first let's listen to it. Okay guys, let's go through it. So first of all, Kartago is really good because you have different sounds, a lot of different sounds, different presets, and of course types of using it. So you can use, for example, the sequencer, the main section, or whatever you like. Of course, you're gonna want to personalize it and give your personal touch, as I did in this song. As you can hear, this song, it's really epic, and it needed that huge orchestral sound, but also really impactful drums that are really important to me. I'm a composer, but also a percussionist first. And so I really want to recreate that realistic drums that I've been used to record in my studio. And of course, Kartago, it's amazing because the sounds you get and the colors, it's really fantastic and equals to the real percussions, real orchestral percussions and drums. So when we dive into my track, we can see different sections. For example, there's a build-up. And it stops right here before the beat. And then the beat goes. It continues like this, and then there is an outro, which sounds like. Okay, the sounds I used to recreate these tracks are basically three. And of course, I'm talking about the percussions. I made three presets, one for the cymbals, for the overheads, let's call it. Another one for the taikos, which is this really impactful drums. And the third preset, it was for my taikos with gran cassa, with the orchestral bass drum, which gives me that low end I've been looking for this track. Let's take a look at the first preset I used. When we open our Kartago interface, we have a lot of interesting stuff going on, and we will take a look together. First of all, you have three lists from which you can choose the instruments you're going to use. Of course, you can turn them on and off. In the first list, I choose my taiko ensemble. On the second, a djembe. And on my third one, a doppio fusto. So when we play the drums, we can play them together or separated. Let's take a listen and let's take a look at it. Of course, now it sounds all together. When I press my taiko ensemble, the blue one, you can see that it engages also the pink color and the green color, because this guy right here is turned on. The giant section, when it's turned on, the instruments are going to play together like this. And of course, it's going to give you a real impactful sound. When we turned it off, it sounds like single elements. We can engage only the djembe or the doppio fusto. In this type of composition, I just wanted them joined because I wanted that really impactful sound. Another interesting thing is this big guy right here. I'm controlling it using my expression slider, but you can map it the way you prefer. You can also engage the tightness. If you play with it, it's going to give you more dynamics, like this. So now let's hear how this preset sounds in my composition. It sounds great, doesn't it? Now, I'm going to show you the sequencer mode, so let's go back to the intro of the track. This was the original intro track, and those are the cymbals, but I'm going to show you the sequencer through this other instrument, which is the taiko en gran cassa. If I play it as it is, it will sound like this. But if we engage our sequencer through here, you can hear the difference. As you can see, we have 4 different scenes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course, you can model them, you can change them, and you can create your own sequence. There are a lot of things that you can change here. This is really handy because it lets you play really realistically and fluently. For example, if we engage our drums, first of all, we can control the scale by the mod wheel, and this will control our dynamics. Okay, this was just an example. But with the key switch, we can choose the sequence that our percussions are going to play with. For example, the interesting thing is that with your mouse, right now I'm using my mouse, you can control the dynamic and you can of course give the expression that you want. Of course, you can just save your presets as everything. Now let's hear the track again. So the last thing I'm going to show you is the design drums tab, which is this little guy here. If you press it and you turn the knob on, you can see, for example, again, your sounds like the taiko ensemble, the djembe, and the doppio fusto. We will just make sure that our join knob is turned off, and if we go back to design drums, you can control a lot of different things right here. For example, the microphones. You have the first closed microphone, the second, and the room. For example, if we take out the room, you will get a cleaner sound. You can change the volume, the pitch, the pan, and the tail. And of course, if you want to go to your previous position, just press Command and click on the knobs. That's it for today, guys. Thank you a lot for sticking with me, and I really hope you enjoyed our tutorial. See you at the next one.